black and blue, still on the move. And I'm showing the world I still got a lot more to prove. Now I'm coming out, swinging for your throat in the ring. Standing there bleeding, yeah, you know what I bring. You know what I mean? Dark when the bell is rung, cause it's a little too late now to tell me run. Get up and run. You're broken every part of me. I'm putting it up, beating down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher now. Don't fuck with me. Never gonna hold me down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher. The world can't stop me now. You see it's a calm before the storm. I was born for more, now you got me ready for war. Remember my name, everybody out of my way. Back up or get knocked out, this ain't a game. Cause I never stay down when they push me around. See the world stand up when they give me the crown. Now it's go time, do or die, dead or alive. You can try to kill me, but I will survive. I will survive. You're broken every part of me. I'm putting it up, beating down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher now. Don't fuck with me. Never gonna hold me down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher. The world can't stop me now. You can't stop me. Can't stop me. No, 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 you can't stop me. I'm bloodied and I'm beaten down. I keep rising higher, 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 higher. You're broken every part of me. I'm bloodied and I'm beaten down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher now. Don't fuck with me. Never gonna hold me down. I keep rising higher, higher, higher. The world can't stop me now. Can't stop me, no, can't stop me now.
And what's up, all y'all trickly bastards, and welcome back to It's 1700 Somewhere. As always, I'm Athen,
I'm Cameron.
I'm the Harambe Keeper.
the Harambe Keeper.
And right now I'm trying to wake up with straight pre-workout. And that's
Straight
it.
pre-workout.
That means I took a scoop of pre-workout, put it in my mouth, and chased it with water.
Down.
It is, just down the hatch. It's my buddy's birthday today. For his birthday, he wanted to go fishing. Gunny's kind of, his neck's a little messed up, so I got him kind of taken care of. He's got a little wrap on. He doesn't have his cone of shame on right now because he had a surgery, so I have to watch him a bit. But his neck, that cone rubbed him raw, and by raw I mean it looked like it almost cut his throat. But got him situated and set up, and well, I had to take my buddy fishing, and that means I have to pull an all-dayer, which I work nights, so I've been up already since 4 o'clock yesterday. So I'm already at 24 hours, 25 hours, and I've got to make sure I stay up till at least probably 1 or 2 o'clock tonight before I go to bed. Otherwise, my sleep schedule is going to be all jacked up.
Hey, old school Dennis Leary green NyQuil of death. Like you're gonna damn near need to tequila shot in the bottle, but it will send you to a dimension of sleepiness that is beautiful.
Oh, well, I mean, it was worth it because it pissed him way the hell off. We were going fishing for him, but I caught the most and the biggest fish today. It wasn't big fish, but he kept snagging. I mean, he was getting to the point he was ready to call it right there. He got snagged about 6 times. And then I'm over here just bringing in fish after fish after fish. I brought in like 8 in a row before he caught another one. He finally swapped sides. He came over to my left, and Cat was casting where I was casting to try and catch it. Still couldn't catch anything. Told him, change out your hooks, man. They're not biting on these circle hooks. You need to go with a straight worm hook. Didn't want to listen to me, and I'm over here just do. I brought in 2 double hookups, so I had 2 fish on at the same time, and he was not happy about that one because he was like, oh, the first one, all right, lucky catch, and then it happened the second time. He was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Bite me, Dean.
So it was fun. And yes, Miss Carl, it is about the same as the world record. And I did see your post. Just let me know about tomorrow. I know we've got the show tomorrow. If you can't make it, that's, I had shit the past 2 weeks. If you've got a snowstorm coming, there's no way you can make it then. But just let me know.
So we got David Sy over there asking what's this all about. I'm assuming he means a show. So
I imagine.
So, care to explain to him there, Cameron?
So it's 1700 Somewhere show. In relationship with Woe Entertainment, the goal is to bring attention to the 22 a day. We're trying to get. Not a lot of people know about the 22 veteran suicides a day. And the majority of the people that do are veterans themselves that have some kind of connection to a network or a group that already is trying to bring attention to the 22 a day. But when you talk to the civilian world about it, not a lot of people actually know that on average, 22 veterans a day will commit suicide. Here on It's 1700 Somewhere, and we kind of stole this quote from one of our head HMFICs. You can imagine what that means. But the founders of Woe Entertainment, he always says, if you're laughing, you ain't crying. So one thing we really focus on here are the weird stories. We bring you news, but we bring you news in a different way. Normally, when you watch the news, they try and tell you how to feel about it. And it's really harsh. And no, we bring you news that makes you go, why? What the hell? No! What the? Just to make you relax a little bit, show you the world. The whole world's jacked up to hell, and half the time you thank God this wasn't you, because some of the stories, and especially what was it last week before last, we talked about a woman that shoved 2 feet of Christmas tree up her hoo-ha trying to steal it. A 7.5-foot tree, she got 2 feet up there. So those are the stories we bring
here, man.
Yeah, those are the stories we bring you because they're entertaining. We have a very twisted sense of humor, and we get a laugh at the fact that a woman tried to steal a 7.5-foot tree by shoving it up her vagina.
I wonder if she tried to twist it up there to make more room.
Sweep the chimney.
Cleaning out the basement real well right there. So yeah, that's what we focus here on at Woe Entertainment, and especially here at Somewhere, is we want to make you laugh, and either I'm gonna make you laugh or I'm gonna make you vomit. That's always my goal. I like to go out and find the most screwed up news, and I try and keep it to what's relevant, like what's going on recently. I don't really try and cover articles that are over a certain amount of time old. With all the political crap going on right now, we kind of really don't get a lot of options, but I still find some pretty twisted shit. Every single, and Florida is my bread and butter. Florida is the meat, potatoes. It's the whole ordeal here on It's 1700 Summer, because Florida is always fucked up.
Florida's a portal to hell. There you go.
No, Florida is the zoo of America. And honestly, if we were going to build walls around everything, as soon as we got the border wall dealt with, we need to put a wall around Florida and start charging people a viewer
No,
fee.
the border wall, the production, the construction and funding for that just got stopped yesterday. So yeah,
Oh, don't remind me.
yeah.
It is quite entertaining. Although we have learned that Facebook is constantly bashing our numbers, especially anything Second Amendment. So the other show I do is very, very under attack right now. But we are under attack here because we have these behind us. If you've got an American flag, you're a racist. My feelings are hurt. Well, guess what, Buttercup? Good!
Fun fact, the word racist, as is used today by Team Social Justice Keyboard Killer, was actually coined by a guy named Leon Trotsky in 1927. He was a Russian politician in the same vein as Stalin, Lenin, and Khrushchev. He was more between Stalin and Lenin, and they used that word to demonize and crap all over and beat into submission anybody who didn't follow communist dogma. And every other ism and phobia that is invented by Team Social Justice Keyboard Killer, it's just a substitute for that. When one word, when the public gets bored with one word, like whatever, they just invent a new one. But it all goes back to the term racist.
Yes, it does. But as we said, Facebook is attacking us constantly. So you'll see our numbers are kind of dwindling every now and again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed.
Honestly, it's they're screwing us, which kind of hurts us for trying to find a sponsor and everything like that. If you know anybody that would like to sponsor a veteran show, please put us in touch with them. We do average really good numbers most of the time here on at 1,700 somewhere. And if we don't hit your comment or acknowledge your existence in our comments, it's not because we don't see you or it's not because we're busy. We do try and hit on everybody, especially our new viewers. But sometimes it's not going to show us you at all because that's how Facebook is.
And actually, today I noticed we have a notification that Charlie's Pride Barbecue and Catering. I'm assuming that's Matt's page. It's not letting us broadcast there today. So,
yeah, as I said, we are always under attack because we hold views that they don't agree with, and they just banned Parler. I mean, they strong-armed the shit out of Parler.
Rumor has it back.
So even if you do create a platform that you can post your other views on, they will do everything the hell they can to shut you down.
Oh, hey, I've been hearing that A, Parler is coming back, and B, whoever the dude that actually invented the internet, and no, we're not talking about Al Gore.
He's creating another internet.
There you go.
Yep.
And for Dean Cerny, Florida is just hillbillies with beaches and meth and crocodiles and
Gators.
Okay, meth and gators and big snakes because the owners are idiots and just let them into the wild. Yada yada yada. No natural predators. There you go.
Well, I mean, we have covered twice on the show that they were looking into actually putting snake on the menu in Florida. So if you visit Florida and you see free-range swamp chicken, your odds of that being gator or snake are really high.
Hey, you know what? I'll
tell you, gator's delicious. I've never had snake, but gator's damn good.
Hey, I will marinate anything in beer.
You can marinate anything in beer. You could marinate a human in beer.
Well, I will. You know what? If I go down to Florida, I'll do a special where I sit there and I kill a snake and I marinate it in Guinness, either Guinness or Corona. Those are my two go-tos.
Guinness is good. You just got to make sure it's not a high mercury count. But we've covered it twice now. One of them was covering one article we covered where they ate the snake. The other one, they used the eggs. Dude made cookies with snake eggs.
Good to know.
Just a little tidbit of information to start you off on the show. Because I am wired right now, and I know that's going to crash in about 3 hours. But yeah, today's episode is brought to you by Total War, because without this shit, I would be asleep right now. No, they're not my sponsor. No, I did not get paid to do that.
Hey,
I have just
Bro,
heavily
that's my mainstay.
right now. I have to have something because coffee is not going to cut it this morning. But speaking of weird animals and shit that you can hunt, Oklahoma bill getting passed, which would allow a Bigfoot hunting season.
Or Bigfoot hunting season. Where is that at again?
Oklahoma. The OK state, because if you're going to have a saying, it might as well be okay.
Hey, that you can almost hear Florida be like, you're looking at Oklahoma like, are you challenging me?
We have had several states, Alabama. We've had New York a couple times. New York tends to lead towards violent crimes, not weird crimes. We've had a few stories that really try and come close to challenging Florida, but somehow Florida always manages to just top itself. That's why I think we need to put a fence around Florida and just pay people an entrance fee. Come on in. Look at the stupid fucks that live here. And I have an ex-fiance that lives in Florida. I know how weird Florida is, personally.
So you wish
and
you
I
could
can
on the swamp. Yeah.
It's Florida is fucking weird. Although I did get to be in the Blue Man Group in Florida. I fucking hate you. Do I have to remind everybody why that Furby keeps popping up?
Please do.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Recap time. And then for every episode that we do with these fucking Furbies, it's just got a better chance of going viral and everybody's sending me a fucking Furby. I hate Furbies. I have a great dislike. I dislike spiders and kill them with extreme prejudice. Furbies, I put on a whole new level. And honestly, Furbies are more of a phobia than anything than a just great dislike. And here's the reason why. When I was younger, my parents bought me, my brother, and my sister all a Furby for Christmas. There are 3 in this house. That's important to remember for this story. So, Furby had a bad habit of popping off in the middle of the night, no matter what. So, we get them, we get the batteries in them and shit, and they're cool, they're sweet, they're fun to play with. Middle of the night, 3 a.m., you'd hear, "Come play with Furby, come feed Furby," and just, it would make you twitch a little bit. So I thought, I'm going to put this in the closet, maybe that'll help it. Nope, you put it in the closet, "Come feed Furby" at 3 a.m. So I pulled the batteries out of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. Nope, next night, "Come feed Furby." Shit! I'm 10 years old. Hearing that shit go off after you pull the batteries out, it's going to fuck you up a little bit. No, that's not enough. And the best part is my parents didn't know about any of this until like 10 years later. They didn't know about any of this shit for a long time. So I pulled the batteries out next night. All right. Oh, fuck. Took it out. Threw it away. The next night, open my closet. There he is, sitting there looking at me, just brown-eyed, bushy-tailed. So I took my Furby. I ripped its fur off, which probably screwed me up more than anything. Pulled its batteries out, bashed it with a hammer, and threw it away. The next night, I opened my closet, and there was a Furby with his fur ripped off. Took it out, lit it on fire, threw it away, called it good. Next night, Furby. Now there's another Furby with his fur removed. I'm not having fun anymore. I'm a 10-year-old little kid, and for 10 years old, and I like horror movies. I did not at this point in time, because Chucky was a very popular movie. So was, I don't know, the movie with Gizmo and little gremlins. So, yeah, that was great. Took that one out, bashed that with a hammer, caught it on fire, threw it away. Next night. Come Furby. Oh! Took that one out. Finally, they were done. There was no more. After that, I didn't have any more, but I also watched the closet like a son of a bitch. Come to find out, my brother, he's 7 years older than me, so you know big brother love. He found out my Furby was freaking me out, causing me problems. So when I threw mine away, he went in the trash, put it back in. Well, the first night he had gone in, put batteries in, and then it went off. So when I threw mine away, he dug mine out of the trash can, put it back in my closet. When he saw that I had ripped the fur off mine and bashed mine with a hammer, he cut the fur off of his and put it in my closet. When I took that one and bashed it with a hammer and caught it on fire and threw it away, he took my sister's, who she wasn't very happy about that, but then he took hers, put that one in my closet. And I had to deal with that one. I didn't know about any of this for about 5 years. So I found out before my parents did. And he told me this. I'm like, that's why y'all's disappeared. And I was pissed. We didn't tell my dad about any of this. He didn't know. Like, legitimately did not have any clue what the hell was going on and why I dislike Furbies so much. Till about 2-3 years ago, when me and Phil were talking about it. He brought up, it was during Christmas. He got a Beanie Baby, and he was like, "Oh yeah, these are worth real money." And they brought up Furbies, and we had to explain why I can't have Furbies around me because I will blow them up at this point in time. And I have told my roommate, if I find a Furby in this house, I'm shooting it in the house. I don't care. So I told that story. I don't know why I told that story. Somewhere I should have expected shit. So now Athen has a Furby gift that pops up every now and again, and he is trying to actively get people to send me a Furby every now and again. So yeah. I really hate Furbies. And I asked last time I told this story, please don't make this go viral. And I ask again, please don't make this go viral. Shut the hell up. Enjoy the show. Don't do it.
And there is 1,000 entries for the mystery box at Warrior Fest for anyone who sends Cameron a Furby in the mail. And for Cameron's address, go ahead and contact Dean Cerny. He can get that to you.
Okay.
I don't know how because I haven't told him that, and I have told my dad not to tell anybody my address.
Oh, now we're gonna be all over. We're gonna be all over your father now. Just see.
Dad, if you're watching, you can't tell anybody. I'm more armed than you are, and you know this.
So I guess Furby role play is out of the question.
Anything with Furbies.
That turned weird quick fast.
I can tell you right now, if somebody were to be a furry in a Furby outfit near me, it would not end well for them. I'm going hell. My back injury is out the window for the next hour because I'm going to proceed to whoop that ass.
So angry Furby sex, gotcha.
Oh, that dude's having a bad day. I can tell you that right now. I just wanted to get humped in a Furby outfit. I got the shit kicked out of me.
Hey, I think Little Spud was talking about something a whole lot different than so.
I don't like Furbies at all.
Would a chick in a Furby suit just destroy her erection at that point? I mean,
yes.
Holy
yeah, I don't care how hot you are. You could be Niece Wadehofer. I have the biggest. That is probably the only woman I would actively simp for.
Your head would explode.
Finer than hell.
Furby outfit.
It
like
would
a lingerie Furby outfit. Oh, this is beautiful.
Bad day for Cameron. Bad day for anybody in that outfit. Bad day. I'm probably going to prison because I hate fucking Furbies.
And then there'll be the Furby prison sex, but yeah, it's a story for another time.
I will light you on fire. So no, I don't do anything with Furbies. I can watch Gremlins just fine. I can deal with everything else, but Furbies, fucking little furry, that voice. Furby, die. God. Again, I'm a little kid, and all I hear for a week straight in my closet is "Comfy Turtle," because nothing you could put that bastard in a black room with nobody in there, and it would still go off. Their sensors were so wonky. Nothing you did would shut that little furry bastard up ever. It had a hard-on for speaking. It sucked the life out of your batteries. And I mean, half the time it didn't need batteries. It'd be dying over here with what little juice. Which made it worse. You don't have juice right now. I have enough to scare you for life.
It's officially just broke Cameron.
Welcome to Why Cameron's Fucked Up episode part 2.
Oh boy.
You wanted articles today. Nope, Furbies. And that's not even the impression I like to do. What I enjoy to do is fucking Austin Powers. How about no? Fucker, you want to see me Furbies? How about no? If I get sent one Furby, I will be pissed. If I get sent 1,000 Furbies, I will send you a video of what the hell I'm going to do to you.
Oh, hell yeah, I gotta send it now. Forbidden fruit syndrome activated, bro.
It's going to be an article out by the dump with about 40 pounds of tannerite. I've got a 338 Lapua. That gun is designed to go out and touch somebody at 1,000 yards and still hurt like hell. I will blow up every Furby I can. Oh, they're worth money now. I don't care. Not just. Now, as I was saying, Oklahoma passed a bill to allow Bigfoot hunting season. January 22nd. Why is the article? Thank you. Representative Justin Humphrey, Republican District 19, introduced a bill to state legislature that would call on the Oklahoma Wildlife Commission to designate a Bigfoot hunting season. The mythical ape has been the subject of numerous sightings in southern Oklahoma for years, and the region hosts an annual Bigfoot festival for fans of the cryptid. Now, the reason I say this is hilarious is because if you look at the map of furry costume owners, which you can actually find, and Bigfoot's sightings, they line up really well for some reason. And we, here on At 1700 Somewhere, have also covered an article related to that. There was a gentleman that dressed and identified as a deer that got shot by 2 hunters. Y'all don't remember that one. Old boy dressed up as a deer in the middle of deer season, went out into the woods dressed as a deer in deer season, thinking this is a good idea, and
he got shot.
And he got shot. Now they're allowing Bigfoot hunting season. And we have a generation of people that love to dress up in furry costumes. You can see where this is going. Mm-hmm. And this is hilarious to me. You want to identify as an animal, that's fine and dandy. You want to go down that fruit hole and take your Fruit Loops and be fucked up, go ahead. Go ahead. But when you get shot by old Joe who's got some bad vision and shouldn't be hunting with the gun in the first place, all I'm going to do is exactly the Darwin Awards. Because hunters will always be a thing. Even if they do successfully ban guns, which they won't, there's still a lot of bows out there. And to a hunter, being because those furry costumes put you above 6 feet. Most of them. You're a big animal to me. You're a trophy animal. You're a big 6 foot animal. That's a good catch for the day. You're gonna get it. And I can't wait. Because that's just more content for me to cover. I love it. You want to be stupid, I make fun of you. Ta-da! It's gonna happen, Bubba. Because again, my Sunday mornings, Saturday nights, that's all I do. I look for these stupid articles where you screwed up. So thank you, Oklahoma. You're competing. Now we have another runner for Florida Man's title. I don't think they'll be able to take it, but I think we're going to have a lot of stupid people learning it's a bad idea to dress as a furry in the middle of hunting season. Now, Mo, you know. Now, a couple is accused of filming public sex at the Myrtle Beach attractions. So they got busy on the Myrtle Beach Sky Wheel. Eric and Lori Hammond, both of them 36 years old, were arrested on charges of indecent exposure on January 16th because they decided to bone in the glass chamber on the landmark Myrtle Beach Sky Wheel in plain view of the public. Yeah, that's it. Now, I think with this coronavirus shutdown and everything being closed, it's not that big of a deal. Now's your opportunity to do so. But you might want to not do it in a glass bubble where everybody can see the old hanky-panky getting into action.
Now, wait, is that like, are you considered to have joined like the 16th of a Mile High Club or no?
That's what they're calling it.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
Well, not 16th. They're saying just short of the Mile High Club.
Oh,
but it's
three-quarter mile high?
It's only 200 feet tall, so no, it's
probably about a 32nd of a Mile High Club then.
Yeah,
there you go.
Because 5,352 feet.
5,280 feet is a mile.
There you go. I know it's 1,760 yards. I like to play with yards more, but that's for other reasons that go boom. But it's a 42 glass windowed gondola, according to the company. It's advertised as an amusement ride for all ages. Well, they took the amusement to a whole new level. It's a bad idea, by the way. I can understand trying to join the Mile High Club on a plane. I don't know how you're going to effectively because those bathrooms are tiny. Like me trying to join the Mile High Club is not going to happen because I fill that bathroom out. I'm 6'2", 280 pounds. When I get into the bathroom, there's not a lot of room for anything other than maybe sitting down. And even then, it's uncomfortable. I hate going to the bathroom on planes. But they're charging them $2,000 in property damage, which the only property damage really happening there is a little bodily excrement on some windows.
Excrement on some windows, huh?
Yep. I mean, unless they're trying to make a baby, he's got to finish somewhere.
Oh, that kind of excrement.
If he's not wearing protection, it's gonna drop somewhere. Just saying, they were released on an $18,000 and a $14,000 bond, which they're charging him more now. $4,000 more to be exact. So, you want to talk about equality. Well, they did the exact same crime. Both of them are indecent. Should be
maybe
18
better. Who knows? I
mean, I don't know about y'all, but if I'm seeing something, I want to see her more than him.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is they screwed in the bubble, and when he got off, he squirted it on the windows.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're charging them $2,000 in property damage for it because of the indecent exposure, creating a scene, and everything added up to $2,000, which Lori is actually accused of urinating on a pair of vending machines in December of 2020.
What the?
So
They
she's already got another charge for indecent exposure herself.
They must be homeless.
I mean, if you're homeless, you're not getting on the Ferris wheel because it's going to cost you some money.
True. True.
Thanks, David. We definitely needed to hear about your sex life.
Yeah, let's just add to the trauma.
Now, I could see Gunny doing this because he can be a little bit of an asshole every now and again. But this man spent $400 on his dog to try and find out why he was limping. Coming to find out the dog was just imitating the owner. The owner had a broken foot, and the dog started limping with him when he would take his dog on walks. The British man said he spent $400 at a vet to have his dog's limp examined, but it turned out the canine was just imitating his owner who had broken his ankle.
I mean,
you an asshole. That's a loyal dog, but you an asshole.
Yeah, true. He's doing, he's like, oh, it's probably sympathetic in nature because
I mean, see that, but that's not even our wacky animal for the day. Our wacky animal for the day is a zookeeper. A zookeeper is in serious condition after being bitten in the face by a camel.
A camel?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
How the fuck did he manage that?
54-year-old man had to be taken to the hospital after being bit in the face by a camel. The employee of the Perleberg Zoo in northern Germany between Berlin and Hamburg was cleaning the camel enclosure and feeding the animals when one suddenly turned and bit him. They described his injuries as serious and said the man, whose name was not to be released, was being treated at the local hospital. The zoo is closed at the moment under German coronavirus lockdown restrictions.
Damn. I mean, I could understand it being serious because they're a pretty big animal, and I'm sure they can bite pretty hard.
Yeah, they got them fucking weird teeth. Camels are weird.
It's like the camel version of when Jeff Foxworthy told the story about where this rant dude just got his nipple bit off by a beaver. So
bit off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that segment. That was
now you know why Conan the Barbarian punched that camel in the face, man. They're just sneaky, nefarious bastards, you know.
I mean, speaking of animals on shows, did you know the horse in Blazing Saddles actually got punched in the face by that actor? And that actor was a very large man, and because of that actor punching that horse in the face, the horse died.
Oh, wow.
That's why we have so many restrictions on using animals in movies nowadays, is because that actor killed a horse by punching it in the face. You know how big of a badass? Now, I'm not condoning this. I'm not saying go out and punch a horse in the face to see if you can do it. But do you know how much of a badass you have to be to punch an animal in the face and have it die?
He had to have done it repeatedly. He's not. I don't think he's strong enough to do it in one shot. Like, he had to waylay on that damn thing. Like, I mean,
when that horse fell, if you remember watching Blazing Saddles, he punched the shit out of it and it went down.
Yeah.
That horse went down. I don't know. I don't remember if there were any like medical complications the horse had in the past, but no, he killed that horse.
I got a friend who's got a bull. When I go to visit him every now and again, the bull is in like in his teenage years, and he's just, one of his baby mamas just died, so he's really emotional and he's in his weird teenage phase. I've got a 70-pound kettlebell, and I am not past just ringing his damn bell because he's been getting really uppity. He's been getting really confrontational. So every now and again, you gotta thump one of these guys.
My ex-fiance's dad and his wife have bulls, fish, pigs. They got basically a whole farm, and they're out in Florida. And it's really weird with where they live, but it's how their house is set up kind of interesting compared to some of the other houses in the neighborhood. It's like they got their own farm, but everybody else has this itty-bitty ass little yard. So it's hilarious to see all these animals. But this dude's jacked. He's 5. I want to say he's like 5'8". He's not the biggest, tallest man, But this dude does. Oh, he does his martial arts. I don't want to butcher it because he would kick the shit out of me if I did it. I'm not going to even try because he still scares me. Because I went and worked out with this man once, and I was in good shape. You know, I was in the Navy. I had just gotten out of MMA. I had just done powerlifting. Like, I thought it was big and bad. And he took me to one of his workouts and put me through a ringer. And he would take a 2x4 out every now and again when the bulls were getting uppity, and he would just smack the piss out of one of these bulls.
Mm-hmm.
And that attitude got fixed real fast.
Yep.
I mean, Ken is just a stocky little. Yeah, no, I'm good. So sometimes you just got to teach the animal who's boss. Now, I would not try that with a bear, but a bull is fair game, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know Vikings used to keep brown bears as pets, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
Because why not have a little danger in your life when you're a Norseman in the middle of a fucking play or a pillaging? Like, could you just, hey, we're going to take Bubba here on the patrol today. Okay, get him on the boat, take a bear across the waters to go raid a pillage, bring him out, go into the church to take all their silver and gold, and a bear just walks in like, nope, here you go. It's all yours. What are you doing? This is from the church. He's got a bear. You think I'm gonna play this dude? His pet. He's hugging a bear right now. You think I'm gonna try and keep silver from that man? Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
You got me fucked up. I ain't trying to see God today. I want to see him eventually, but no.
Today. No, my grandfather's a full-blood Norwegian. He introduced me to Norwegian food and stuff, and yeah, I would love to go to Norway. If I ever find a woman crazy enough to marry me, we're gonna part of our honeymoon is gonna be in Norway, and we're gonna find one of those big Viking longhouses, and just chill out there and just have the total experience. It'll be great.
I think I'm 14 or 28% Norwegian.
I'm a
Scandinavian.
I'm a quarter. So yeah.
I hate you, David. Yeah. But I would love to keep a brown bear as a pet. Can you imagine having guests over and he's just chilling on the couch? Like, where do I sit? Wherever the hell he's not at.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna try to tell him to get off the couch? No, because I'm not. That's his couch as much as it is mine, dude. I mean, there was also the brown bear that ate like 40 pounds worth of cocaine and was the most dangerous predator on the planet for 20 minutes before his heart blew up.
He consumed 88 pounds of coke before he died.
Jesus.
Yes. It was 88 pounds. Is like, holy crap.
There's not a lot you could do to that bear that he's going to feel. Like, unless you put a bullet right in his heart or brain, he does not care.
Yeah.
And even if you put it in his heart or his brain, that there's enough cocaine to keep that thing going for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He is not fueled by food right now. He is fueled by coke.
Yeah.
Pass. Now, moving on. Athen, this was your article. Get a free bag of marijuana with your COVID-19 vaccine because they have to bribe you to get this vaccine right now. I'm not getting it. Cannabis activists in Washington, D.C. are planning to offer a free bag of marijuana for those who receive the vaccine for COVID-19. The group D.C. Marijuana Justice announced this week the free cannabis giveaway, dubbed Joints for Jabs, is being arranged to coincide with vaccine clinics expected to open in the nation's capital soon, DCMJ wrote in a press release on Monday. With Joints for Jabs, the DCMJ activists hope to highlight the need for further cannabis policy reform at the national and local level while bringing awareness to the importance of equal distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine. Once local health officials begin offering vaccines to the general public, dozens of home cannabis cultivators will celebrate the occasion by handing out free bags of weed outside the vaccination centers, Locations and times for the Joints for Jabs giveaways will be announced after DCMJ has more information about local vaccination sites.
So who's moving to DC?
Who's dumb enough to get that vaccine?
Right?
How about no?
How about no?
How about hell no?
Because I'm not doing it.
No, the funny thing is, I scheduled an appointment with the VA the other day to get some stuff checked out, and they're like, "So, we're offering the COVID vaccine. Would you be interested in getting the COVID vaccine?" I was like,
Nope.
I'm not that on that side of things. I was like, I haven't seen any bad side effects yet, so why not? They're like, "Oh well, there are side effects," and he said a few things. He's like, but we're just going to hold off on that for a little while. I was like, okay.
If the VA is holding off on a vaccine, that's a good idea. It's really bad. Because the VA is willing to test everything on veterans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to take PCP for your anxiety? Okay, sure. There you go. They don't care at all about the people. You're a veteran? All right, we're going to give you whatever the hell we want. Because we can run these tests on you. I'm not doing it. If the VA is holding shit off, it's probably bad juju. But speaking about side effects, leading rabbi, COVID vaccine is a purpose-built vaccine to turn you gay? Yes, that's the article title.
No.
Yes. Global conspiracies, the Illuminati, forced genetic manipulation. Really, this story has it all. There have been some strange theories coming out of Israel recently. Did you read our earlier story about Israeli defense chief who claimed the media shy aliens are in conspiracy with Trump? Yes, this kind of article is all sorts of weird. Now, another Israeli leader has decided to share some fascinating thoughts with the world, only this time the leader is of the religious sorts, and the ideas about the COVID-19 pandemic. Anti-vaccine views are regrettably common these days, with the most common reason seemingly being lacking understanding of how vaccines work. But Rabbi Daniel Asor, one of Israel's ultra-Orthodox Haredi Jewish leaders, has some misconceptions about the coronavirus vaccine that are wilder than usual. Namely, Asor claims that the vaccine might turn you into a homosexual. Yes. Yes.
I'm not sure if that's how those things work, but hey, whatever.
I mean, they did the vaccine. This vaccine is the weirdest one possible because it does rewrite your RNA and DNA. It's not a typical vaccine where it's just a low dose of COVID-19 with other chemicals trying to kill it off at the same time, because that's what a vaccine basically is. It's a low dose of COVID-19. This one actually is trying to rewrite your RNA and DNA. And a lot of the problems we have been seeing with people getting this vaccine is lightheadedness, dizziness, vomiting, passing out. Those are just the ones I know off the top of my head, but there's more than that. And those are from the nursing staff that have taken this. Now, we have seen footage of Nancy Pelosi and Bernie Sanders taking this, but you can clearly see in the footage the caps are still on. They're not actually pushing the plunger. They're not actually injecting these people with the vaccine. So if they're not willing to actually take the vaccination, what makes you think I'm going to take this bullshit? But the newspaper reports that Haredi community has a staggering number of COVID-19 related deaths due to them shrinking social distancing measures. You'd imagine then that their leaders would encourage their flock to stay safe, but not so much for Asor. In his claims, he seems most worried about the COVID vaccine containing embryonic substrate. Any vaccines made using embryonic substrate, and we have evidence of this, causes opposite tendencies, Asor said in an online sermon. And if it's not clear by opposite tendency, he means homosexuality. We'd love to see his evidence. Vaccines are taken from embryonic substrate, and they did that here too, so it can cause opposite tendencies, he added. The Freemasons and Illuminati and etc. Asor's wild claims don't stop at just saying the vaccines turn you gay. Oh no, according to him, there's a whole global spanning conspiracy behind the vaccinations. Because of course there is somebody's echoing. Who's echoing? You're distracting me. The rabbi claims that it wasn't pharmaceutical companies who developed COVID-19 vaccines. Instead, the vaccine of the virus it's intended to cure are the product of global malicious government, but who could be the members of such sinister worldwide elite? Well, who else but the good old evil Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Microsoft founder Bill Gates, and other incarnations of pure evil. The global government's dastardly purpose for developing the coronavirus and the vaccine is nothing short of comic book villainy based on the source claims. He says that they want to cull global population for some unexplained reason, and the vaccine is their latest and greatest tool in achieving that goal. And the big pharma, the World Health Organization, and other criminal organizations are in on the plot. The source accuses them of lying to Israel's ultra-Orthodox leaders about the vaccine's efficiency to get them to support their purposes. Oh, but there's even more. Apparently, according to the source, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security is in cahoots with Israel's National Emergency Authority. Together, they have established a brutal army station in Israel. These secret forces are embedded in local law enforcement agencies to advance the nefarious agenda of global government. There's a little more, but it's
something that Alex Jones would jump all over. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm still not getting the vaccine. Do I believe it's going to turn me gay? No. My mom has it. She's still as straight as I can tell. There's going to be other side effects, clearly. It's also one vaccine you have to get stages in. She's only gotten the first treatment, and apparently there's more. I'm like, if I have to get multiple shots for a vaccine, I don't want it. And two, it got rushed. Normally, a vaccine takes years to provide, years to get polished out. This one was done like 6 to 8 months.
Yep.
I had the anthrax vaccine, so I mean, how much worse could this be?
I'm sorry, I'm not in the mood to be I'm already a beta tester. I'm not going to be a beta tester for COVID. Sorry, no.
I mean, in my best reality, it turns me into an actual bear, and I just go out into the woods and eat fucking raccoons all day. But I'm not doing it. No, I'm going to punch you in the nuts. The next
Thank
time.
Thank you, Athen. Appreciate it.
Athen, it's almost the top of the hour. Do you have your OSHA violation submissions for the week?
Let me get them into the stuff. So I'll work on that while we continue a little bit more.
I'll do the video for next week, but I'll sing along with you guys this time. And yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Athen wanted me to sing the song for him and then posted it in the group chat. Thanks, Athen.
Hey, I don't have the video done for that yet. I'm waiting on Mickey and Redneck to get me
I think I have a lovely singing voice. I could do it by myself.
I'll do it with you this time, and then I'll do a video here tonight, maybe.
But I'm gonna do this next article so Athen can get because Athen actually has personal OSHA violations for us to cover today.
Oh shit! Hell.
Yep.
that one. I'm not. No. I'm not doing that one.
No, you're doing that one. You sent it to me. I will pull it up if you don't.
What's that? Oh, the one. That one's not any of my stuff. No, that's for. I got that from a page also. I thought you were talking about the other one.
The latter one or the high vis yellow one?
Both of them.
We're doing both of them. Yes, Athen, we are doing both. I did not find any other OSHA violations for the week. And normally I have 4. So you have to do both of these for the week.
Oh, nice.
Well, yeah, these two aren't me and them. So yeah, I'll do these two. The other two.
You didn't send me any others.
No, I didn't send. There's never mind. We'll talk about it later.
He's holding shit back from me, guys. You see this? This is what I got to deal with. He's got good OSHA violations. He's refusing to share with the class. Some bull. Y'all need to message Athen telling him to stop being a little bitch. But we're gonna knock out this next article for Athen to get these pulled up. Oregon thief berated mom who left her 4-year-old boy in the car he stole. Yes, the thief bashed the mom for leaving her kid in the car when he stole her car. Like, even the thief has got some standards. Like, I'm supposed to, or I was going to steal this car, but
he still stole the car, I think.
yeah, we're going to get into that. He actually lectured the mom for leaving her child in the car and threatened to call the police on her. A Beaverton police spokesman told the reporters. Yes, Beaverton, Oregon, a car thief who found a toddler in the backseat of a stolen vehicle drove back and chastised the mother for leaving the child unattended before taking off again. So, yes, he did steal the car. The woman went into the grocery store about 15 feet from the car Saturday, leaving her 4-year-old child inside with the engine running and the vehicle unlocked. The store employee told authorities the woman was in the market for a few minutes before someone began driving away with the SUV. Once the thief realized the toddler was in the backseat, he drove back, berated the woman for leaving her child unattended, told the woman to take the child, and drove away with the vehicle. He actually lectured the mom for leaving the child in the car and threatened to call the police on her, Henderson said. Henderson said the woman did nothing wrong and was within sight and sound of the child. He said the incident served as a good reminder to take extra precaution with the children. Obviously, we're thankful he brought the little one back and had the decency to do that. The vehicle was found a few hours later in Portland, but police are still searching for the thief. The suspect was said to be in his 20s to 30s with dark brown or black braided hair and a multicolored face mask.
That is some Cousin Eddie, Alabama tree does not fork fuckery. That's wow. I just wow. Florida just said, or excuse me, Oregon just said Florida. I'm challenging you right there.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
Wow.
I am from Oregon, but I'm from a different part of Oregon. I'm from the not so liberal section of Oregon.
You know how weird of a thief you have to be like, if I'm going to steal a car and there's a kid in there, I'm just going to take the whole thing back and pretend that didn't happen. This dude had standards, and it's not the first time we've covered something like this on at 1700 somewhere. It's not. We had the African-American male in Texas, I think, where he stole there was a baby in the car. He took the child seat out of the car, set it on the ground, and then took off with the car. Yeah. So this is not the first time we've had something like this happen. Ladies, stop leaving your kids in the car with it unlocked. Take the key fob with you, something.
Okay, so I got the OSHA violations ready. I've only got 2 of them for this week, but
yep. I was relying on those to be. They're good. Y'all will like these. Athen, go ahead.
So are we gonna do the OSHA song for?
We got to do the OSHA.
Come with me, and you will be in a world of OSHA violations.
All right, soon we'll actually have an audio clip for that. But here's the first one. So, what do we see wrong with this one?
Oh, I don't know. I see a dude in a high-vis shirt hiding in a hole below a crane with absolutely no shoring to prevent any of that mud from coming down on him.
He's holeception. He's in a hole in a hole.
He's in a hole in a hole with a lot of dirt around him.
And a crane. That's the biggest one. Like that crane, though.
Yeah, if that crane rolls any, that dirt's going. The reason why you need shoring in this situation is because they basically dug flat walls in the ground. Normally, when you dig in the ground, you need some kind of shoring or you need to plateau it, basically stair step it out. So even if a section collapses, it's only a little bit. In this situation, if it collapses, he's going to be covered. And that dirt, one, has the chance of breaking bones. You've got hundreds of pounds of dirt and force just coming at you suddenly.
Not even counting the crane.
If it doesn't break anything, we're not even getting to the crane yet. If it doesn't break anything, it's pushed all it can, but it's going to push on you, so it can push all that air out of your body. So even if you did have a good breath in you, it's knocked it all out. So you've, instead of having 2 minutes to survive, you've got 30 seconds. So you set up if OSHA showed up at this job site, they'd be pissed alone for the fact that there's no real shoring going up for this area. 2, they'd be pissed off that a crane is operating so close to this. And 3, they'd be really fucking furious about that dude being in a hole with no shoring. And I say this because an OSHA inspector showed up at a job site they had shoring kind of in place. It wasn't high enough up yet. They had guys working in the hole with no ladder, so they didn't even have a way to escape. And as he was pointing all these out, the hole collapsed in on them. Dude had to jump onto the crane's load to get out of the hole because that was the only area he could go.
Oh, wow.
So now you've got a dude with no harness swinging on a crane right in front of an OSHA inspector after they just had a violation for not shoring and proved that you need it. So they shut down, to say the least.
So, well, for the next one?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. This one right here. This dude.
I gotta tell you, when I saw this, I was
Wow.
blown away. Like, this is a violation of violations. Like, this takes a ladder case. This, like, he has found the best ladder violation I have seen on this show so far. But the ingenuity to get a lean-to at the 4-to-1 ratio, he actually has it fairly close to the appropriate ratio that he needs.
Bravo. Bravo.
Like, I ain't even mad.
Like, I can't. No, you're right. I can't be mad about this.
Bravo.
It's so screwed up. I mean, you've got very little holding that together to keep it safe. I mean, any sort of shimmying and that ladder's just going.
And here's the question. How'd they get that A-frame up there held in place to get that extension ladder leaned up against it?
If we had a better photo, we might see that there's like zip ties or something holding it into place, but we don't know. So it's witchcraft. It's redneck magic right now.
Yeah.
And I agree, David. If it's stupid but works, it ain't stupid. That's a very popular saying in the military, especially when you've got a guy with a broomstick holding up a helmet with a mask around it so it looks like a head trying to bait for snipers. That's a different kind of stupid but works. This is, if it's stupid but works, you're probably an OSHA violation.
At least he'll be able to point out where his balls hit the ground when he falls.
I think his balls are going to hit the ground before he does. Because you got to have some brass cojones to do that stupid shit.
The post that I was going to make for this, I think I said something like, I ain't even mad, but I just want to know how he managed to carry his balls up that.
Yeah.
Hey, before we move on, I have an OSHA violation story. We'll talk about it after the show, and it happened more than 20 years ago. If you want, I can tell it next week.
No, go ahead. Tell it right now. It's our OSHA time. We only got two instead of the 4 today. So let's
I spent my first 4 years in the Marine Corps as a mechanic in the Marine Infantry Unit, and I had a shop chief who was awesome. I loved him to death. He had short-timer's disease, but he was still awesome and a cool dude. My maintenance gunny I'm still, how in the hell he ended up becoming a maintenance gunny is beyond me. He had me go over. I was over at 1.8, and they had me over at I want to say 3.8, or no, it was still 1. They had me go over to the shop next. It's still in the same building, but it was the unit next door. The maintenance gunny literally had me put a brand new battery. This is back when they had the caps. You just popped out the caps, and you had to put the battery acid in, the virgin battery acid in. He literally had me put, and I'm like, Gunny, do you really want me to do this? This is not the smartest freaking idea. And he's like,
how they always do it. You do it, or I'm going to punish you.
Exactly. So I had the battery in the sink, filling it with virgin battery acid. A staff sergeant from the base command with a certifiable OSHA hippie with a ponytail clear down to halfway down his back walks in, watching me do this with my maintenance gunny there. My shop chief comes in and gives I'm like looking at the gunny, you dumb bastard, you dumb son of. I'm trying not to curse him out. I'm cutting my tongue out as my shop chief is laying down the thickest bullshit you've ever heard in your life. And somehow he manages to convince this idiot staff sergeant and this idiot OSHA hippie that what I did wasn't that bad. And I'm looking at all this and I'm like, this is not real life right now. He deserved an Oscar, he deserved a Tony, he deserved an Emmy, he deserved a Golden Globe. He was so smooth. It was like, wow. I mean, it's just, I literally had a brand new battery pouring virgin battery acid into each cell as the OSHA hippie walked in with a staff sergeant in tow. Yeah, yes.
That's how he got to be that high ranking. He was he has silver tongue.
Mm-hmm.
No, Gunny, you're not coming up. No, Gunny, you're not coming up here.
Daddy, I'm coming up. I'm Gunny. I need you.
Yeah, that's Gunny for you. Screw the headphone cables. Give me 11. I'll give you 11. I'll give you 11 after this show. I know you're upset. Goober. Now, I've heard goose. I know geese can be assholes. I've never heard of a swan being an asshole, but this one was. A swan crashed through the window into a woman's bathroom.
Yeah, swans are just as mean as geese.
Mm-hmm. That's what I heard too.
January 19th, animal rescuers in Britain said a swan crashed through a window into a woman's bathroom just moments before she had left for another room. The RSPCA said a resident of the home of Shamrock Lodge, Barton in Favis, Nottinghamshire, that's a mouthful, Jesus, had just left the bathroom moments earlier when the swan came crashing through the window on 8 a.m. on Monday. Animal Rescue Inspector Keith Ellis, who responded to the scene to collect the swan, said it was a highly unusual incident. I have seen them crash land onto busy roads thinking they're rivers, but nothing like this. He said the swan underwent surgery at a local vet practice and is now recovering at Stapley Grange Wildlife Center near Natwich, Cheshire. Ellis said the swan will be released back into the wild once it's back at full health. The lady was so lucky when this happened as she had just been in the bathroom. He said, had she still been in there when the swan crashed through the window, I'm sure the glass shattering and the impact of the bird hitting her would have caused serious injury or worse. Could you imagine taking a shit? Gunny, stop scratching that. Could you imagine taking a shit and having a bird just fucking Kool-Aid man his way into your bathroom?
Oh, yeah.
Just, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell? No, oh, no. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. You look like you were having fun in here. Yeah, I was playing with myself. I didn't need you breaking the window.
No. Hey, hashtag meat's back on the menu.
Yeah. Meat's back on the menu tonight, boys. I'd eat them.
Hell yeah.
I wonder what swan tastes like.
Kill, dude. Just break his neck like on a Crocodile Dundee, and bam, you got the goop.
How hard it is to break those birds' necks.
I'd try it. I don't care if it's free. If it's freaking, you do it like you did the snake and Crocodile Dundee. You just give it a good hard twist. You know.
Well, the easiest way to do that would just be grab it by its ankles and smack it against something.
There you go.
Or what you do is you grab it at the top of the neck, like at the base of the head, and then do it like you're snapping a towel.
There you go.
That's how you can do it for both birds and snakes.
Yep.
Nice.
Because those necks are basically just a snake. That's really it. Dude, you ever seen a swan or a geese's neck?
Mm-hmm. Now, this is the kind of education I like. This is the kind of education we as veterans need. You know what I'm saying? How to snap the neck of a goose and a snake to cook it up and eat it. You know, I mean, this is educational stuff, man. I love it.
I mean, in Georgia, we had geese everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. And they were very common by the base squadron center, where all the boats had to go, especially during off crew. That was your office was stationed in there and shit like that. Well, we had some retard geese there, and this dude had polished rims and kept his truck in pristine, or tried to keep his truck in pristine condition. They don't like their own reflection, any. So every day when we go in, I got to see a geese just smacking the shit out of his head against a rim. Go out, you'd hear thunk, thunk, thunk. The hell? You look over about 20 yards down the street. There's a truck parked there. You'd look around that truck, and there's just geese going thunk. What are you doing? Must kill it. It's you. Must die. A man allegedly hid from coronavirus and authorities in Chicago airport for 3 months. Athen, you gotta cut that.
Nope, keep doing it.
California man was arrested Saturday and accused of hiding in a restricted area of Chicago's O'Hare International Airport for 3 months. The man told the police that COVID-19 had rendered him too scared to travel home to California, so he hid in the airport, surviving on food provided by strangers, the Associated Press reports. United Airlines staff spotted 36-year-old Aditya Singh and requested identification. They said he removed his mask, presented a badge which belonged to an airport operations manager who reported it missing last October. Singh faces felony charges of criminal trespass in a restricted area of an airport, as well as misdemeanor theft charges. Cook County Judge Susano Ortiz set bail at $1,000. She also said if he came up with the money, he would be prohibited from returning to the airport. Dude hid out in the airport for 3 months because he was afraid to go home.
Afraid to go home.
I mean, that's really suspicious, dude.
Well, that makes. If I thought airport security were if I didn't wonder if airport security was incompetent, now we know better.
I thought
this is this dude's mugshot.
I thought that an airport, like not in the area where you're behind security, but like in the rest of the airport, you're allowed to be in there and like spend as much time as.
Well, it was a restricted area because it was under maintenance.
Okay.
So you're not supposed to be back there any.
Because there's
he
stories.
Also had a badge that was stolen in October.
Because there's stories of people who like were homeless and actually living in airports because it's actually they can't really tell you can't.
Wow. So it's like you can be a squatter in an airport. That's crazy.
Yeah, effectively.
I mean, did you see what happened to the squatters in? I think it may have been up in Oregon. I can't remember the exact state. Oh, Benny, you're
of course.
Squatters. The squatters were living in this family's basement, and they couldn't get them out. I'm sorry, if you come and squat in my house, I'm just gonna shoot you. You're trespassing. You're in my home. Bye bye. Mm-hmm. They were peaceful about it. They just put boards across the basement door and screwed them in, so they couldn't even. They could not get out of the basement anymore.
That's awesome.
They were trapped. Like they came up. What are you doing? Trying to open the door?
That's not peaceful, Cameron. That's passive aggressive.
Well, I mean, you're going to starve them to death. Mine is quick and somewhat painful, but theirs is you're going to starve them to death or make them dehydrate to death.
Mm-hmm.
The rule when I did my detainee ops mission, we only got to use non-lethal rounds when we were up on the catwalk, but the rule was aim for the dick. So
Your imaginary gender won't protect your very real testicles, there,
nope.
Dude.
No, we had one guy. His name was Angry Speaker. We were actually trying to bribe the detainees to start a riot because we had one guy with a 203 and he was going to aim for the nuts with a donkey ball round. We hated him that much. Yes. The anger, it was. I always swore if I ever met the guy who was responsible for that Shia speaker being transferred up to Cropper, I would beat his ass.
I would love to get some non-lethal rounds for all these rioters and shit.
Oh yeah. dude.
And
Dude,
like, can you imagine a 338 Lapua
dude,
run around hitting you in the goodies?
there's a story. There's a story in the book about that, and you're gonna love it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, if I could get 2 calibers with rubber rounds, it's going to be Bertha, which is the 338, or Beth, which is 50 Beowulf.
Oh yeah.
So either one of those running rubber rounds, if I hit you in the giblets, you are not reproducing.
Nope. You're not gonna pay forever either.
You're going to be pissing blood if it doesn't rip that shit right off.
Yep.
It might be non-lethal, but it's still going to cause some damage.
If you hit close enough, all I'll say is if you hit close enough, my buddy, all I'll say, the medic said if he would have been an inch higher or inch lower, it would have penetrated and killed him. So it's not entirely true that if you do it right, it's lethal.
And running calibers that high with that much power is probably going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little hard to make it non-lethal at that point.
Yeah. I got into a conversation with a guy about using rock salt. I had to explain it to him. Rock salt is only useful for fucking with your friends. If you're that big of an asshole and you want to shoot your buddy, shoot him with rock salt.
Yeah.
Because it's going to hurt like hell.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about all it's good for. Oh, I'm gonna use rock salt for home defense. For what? Yeah. You're just gonna piss him off, especially if he's on drugs.
Dude, I've seen guys on like meth. I saw this one video where 2 cops tased a guy on meth, and he hulked the hell out. He hulked out. It was just like, yeah, it's crazy. Meth needs to be disinvented. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. Well, now it's time for what everybody comes here for.
Mm-hmm.
Florida man stories. Let's see if we can have Florida man beat the furry convention hunting for Sasquatch, or 3 months in the plane terminal. Yeah, let's see if we can beat it. Key West wants to ban people from feeding the roaming chickens. Not starting off there very strong here, Florida. Key West, Florida. Feral chickens are running free in Key West with just one of those things that keep up with southernmost city charmingly weird. But what's delightful here and there becomes a nuisance when they're everywhere. With the population getting out of hand, city commissioners are taking action, not by hunting down the birds, but trying to make it illegal to feed the free roaming birds. An ordinance unanimously approved on the first reading Wednesday said the Florida city's feral chickens can carry and spread diseases, destroy property, and cause copious amounts of fecal deposits on public property. People who feed them should be punished with fines of $250 a day for the first violation and $500 a day for repeat offenders. These chickens are so fat with little trouble finding meals, tourists feed them popcorn or french fries, and some locals buy huge bags of bird feed for them.
This dude played way too much Skyrim. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know. I mean, if you played Legend of Zelda, if you hit that chicken, you're going to have a bad day.
Oh, I know. Same thing. Zelda and Skyrim. I know.
Chicken kicker.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't
do it. Don't do it.
In Fable, there was actually like with the chickens in Fable, you actually had achievements and shit like that for kicking them. Like how far you could kick them and shit.
Thank you. I remember. Thank you. That was an awesome game. Yes. So Fable, Skyrim, and Legend of Zelda are your 3 chicken murdering games.
Which they're not even supposed to be. Get down. You're not coming up here right now. Not happening. We will go downstairs after the show. Jesus, you're eating today. A 50-foot sinkhole reopened outside a Florida sports bar in Florida. Pasco County, Florida. Residents of the Pasco County are watching a bad situation get worse as the sinkhole continues to grow. The hole first opened up on January 7th outside a popular sports bar in Newport Richey. Company filled the hole to prevent further growth, but it didn't work, and the hole is now 50 feet wide. Because the hole is on private land, the property owner is now working with a contractor to fill and repair the hole again. I can tell you right now, in Florida, if a sinkhole opened up, you can guarantee that's going to turn into a drinking game. I can promise you that will turn into a drinking game so fast. Hey, man, hole opened up. Take a shot every time it opens up more. See how many beers we can throw in there from the back of the bar. Oh, you missed. You got to go get your beer and chug the rest of it.
Wow.
Oh, old lady stepped in it again. Drink.
Wow.
Karen over there is screaming they need to shut the bar down. Drink. Yes, Florida people. Well, one, it's got a lot of military people around Florida because of all the bases. But yes, we will turn that shit into a drinking game.
Hey, I also heard Melbourne, Florida is going to become like the new intelligence capital of the world or some crazy stuff like that.
Good luck with that. I know Elon Musk is currently talking about trying to help traffic in Florida as he proposes digging tunnels as a solution for traffic jams.
No, not.
I'm dead serious. Gainesville, Florida. As a solution to Miami's notoriously congested traffic, Tesla Incorporated founder Elon Musk is proposing to dig tunnels with the Boring Company, one of his many business ventures. Experts say the idea would be costly and is fraught with engineering obstacles, but it's not outright crazy. Musk, who also founded SpaceX and Neuralink, tweeted that he spoke with Governor Ron DeSantis about the idea earlier this month.
So actually more on that whole thing. I actually have done a little bit of research in it. What that's about is using vacuum tubes for travel. So, and digging the tunnels underneath the ground will allow you, would be basically the easiest way to create a vacuum tube. And I'm talking vacuum tube, like, when you go to the drive-through teller at the bank and they have the tube that you stick in there, and it's basically the same exact.
So they're wanting to do Futurama style travel where you get in a tube and it sucks you down the line.
Yeah, effectively. So it's a vacuum tube coupled.
I will not be testing that.
How deep do you have to go down to do that? Because it isn't most of Florida like mushy swamp, anyways.
Yes.
That I don't know. I didn't see that, but I wouldn't assume it'd be too far. Just because to be able to create you'd actually have to build a structural tube, and in order to be able to do that with creating the vacuum and not having the tunnel collapse in on itself is easier under the ground than it is above the ground. So I guess so. That I think that's the reason for it being underground, and it's effectively just a maglev coupled with a maglev train coupled with the vacuum tube that allows you to travel at very high rates of speed in otherwise fairly safe manner. So.
No does not mean no to this dog. Ever. Oh, you're going to fall.
And the Boring Company that's why I was going to use the Boring Company, because that's one of Elon Musk's companies. And the reason it's called the Boring Company is because they bore holes in tunnels. That's what the company's for, boring. So, nice play on the name there.
Boring name.
Yes, exactly. So, and that's why Elon Musk has that company for instituting things like these vacuum tunnel travel things, mass transit things. So, there you go. Interesting tidbits of stuff.
Yeah.
Very.
Now, this one kind of comes onto the weird side of Florida man again. A Florida man is accused of trying to steal horses, riding them home, deputies say. Man wanted to set them free, according to deputies. And this
what state is this?
Florida. Of course it's Florida.
I think they may still technically have the law that you can kill a horse thief.
That would be interesting. Here's our good old thief. Lake County, Florida. A Florida man is behind bars after deputies say he tried to free horses from a local ranch. Lake County Sheriff's Office say ranch owners reported several horse stalls were open and horses were loose. As the horses were being corralled, the owners told deputies they saw a man driving the owner's truck. According to the sheriff's office, one of the owners was able to stop the man, identified as Mark Anthony Hunt, and detain him until deputies arrived. Authorities say when the owners asked Hunt why he opened the stalls, the 55-year-old told him that he didn't believe the horses should be caged. It's Florida. Their options are be caged or be eaten by gators.
Or actually them snakes that they're having out there, those Burmese pythons and snakes like that, they do get big enough to eat a horse.
So, yeah, their options are be caged, get a free meal for the rest of their life, do a couple of shows, ride around a little bit, have a pretty cushy. I don't know about y'all, but if you've ever gone to a horse stall, they live a pretty luxurious life. And he wants to set them free in America's Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in that state wants to kill you. Doesn't mean it has the capability to do it, but it does. Because remember, we covered iguanas. Iguanas typically are just calm-ass lizards, but in the middle of winter, they turn into hail because they go into a coma and fall out of trees and pummel you.
And no, iguanas are not calm-ass lizards. Iguanas are fucking assholes.
I've never met an asshole lizard or an asshole iguana, but of course, they're usually running away from me.
Well, we're in Florida.
I've learned most animals typically look at me and say, nope, I'm good. Because I was dumb enough when I went on a cruise a few years back, I thought chasing barracuda would be fun. Yes, we were snorkeling. I saw a school of barracuda, and I'm like, I wonder if I can go and catch one.
Oh, Lord, really?
I'm dead. No shit. Balls to the wall. My big ass saw a school of barracuda and said, that looks like a good idea.
I didn't even know barracuda schooled. First of all, I've only ever seen barracuda alone, and I'll tell you what, like, because in Guam we used to snorkel all the time. Tell you what, you're snorkeling out there and you see a barracuda, you do not want to be in that area.
I think the biggest one was like 2 feet long.
Oh, no.
They were that big, but I was just something. There was 5 or 6 of them, and something in my head said, "Chase those fish."
Okay, no, see the barracuda I was seeing in Guam, like, because as you're snorkeling and you're swimming, you kind of and you see them off in the distance, just out of your peripheral. Like the barracuda I was seeing in Guam several times, I like kind of for a second thought I was seeing a shark. So it's like, and then you turn and you look and you're like, oh God, and it's just a barracuda, and you're like, well, I'm gonna move away from this. And you figure Guam is a lot of really deep, really dark water.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, as you're closer to the surface, obviously it's really pretty and light blue. And as you're closer to shore, but once you get out a little bit further, yeah, fucking it gets deep. And David Sy, I'm Navy, Cameron's Navy, Mickey is a Marine.
Hi. Yeah, I don't know why I have the desire to chase most animals. Like, I want to be a Disney princess and hold them and cuddle them, but half the time the animals I chase would probably tear you a new one.
And Chey's
something in my head just tells me, go after it.
And Chey was Army, and Niko is civilian.
Yeah. Why don't the aggressive animals want to cuddle me? I just want to love you. It's okay, Mr. Possum. It's okay, Mr. Raccoon.
Maybe Gunny picks up on that, and that's why he's so clingy.
Stop chasing other aggressive animals. I am enough for you to love. Don't chase something that might kill you.
See, Gunny is giving you longevity, if you think about it. I mean,
I'm a fucking retard. That's it. Plain and simple. Central Florida gun owners camping out for ammunition. This is something I would do. I'm proud of you, Florida. I am. Lake Mary, Florida. People started lining up in front of the door of an academy, Sports and Outdoors, in Lake Mary as early as 2 a.m. on Monday morning, waiting for the doors to open at 9. When Fox 35 News asked several of those in line what they were waiting for, they all answered ammo. Many voiced that they were afraid of what new gun laws could come under a new administration. I think we all believe Biden is going to take it away from us too, David Godnick said. It's difficult to find ammunition, especially 9mm. Stores across the county or country are sold out. Some gun enthusiasts looking for it know when and where they have the best chances of finding it. I just come here on Monday and Tuesday. I go to Buena Vista Wednesday. I go to East Colonel Thursday, Buena Vista Friday, East Colonel Sunday. I go to Millennia. He is an avid hunter and marksman who uses about half of what he buys each week and stockpiles the rest. Right now, he said Academy Sports will only sell 3 boxes of ammo to each customer. He was about the 10th in line, and he wasn't exactly able to get what he wanted. I got 2 9s, which is the handgun. Then I got the 223, which is the rifle. A good day. Would have been better if I gotten all 9s, Godnick said. Across town at Volusia Top Gun, it's a similar story. On Sunday, the staff showed up to work to find 60 people waiting in line before the store even opened. Owner Ron Perkins said his store is typically full of inventory, one of the biggest in Florida. While he does have some weapons on the shelves, the majority of his gun cases are currently empty. Perkinson added that since the pandemic hit, sales have been up 100%, and every day feels like Black Friday. However, he said in the last 2 weeks it's been a zoo. When Trump had mentioned a peaceful transfer of power, whatever exactly it was he said, seems like it's been more crazy than crazy ever was. He estimated that his business has been going up another 100%. That puts us at 200% there, folks. Ammunition is the biggest seller at Volusia Top Gun. Due to supply and demand, his suppliers have raised their prices, so he has to raise his too. Small box of 9 that used to sell for $14 a box last year now sells for $40 a box. Ooh. And he can barely keep it in stock. I could have done 300% more if I had the inventory. I'm turning away a lot of people just because of lacking inventory. It's the same story for his gun sales. The AR-15s have picked back up. Obviously, any handgun, concealed handgun in a $500 to $600 range, half of them don't even make it to the case. He is waiting for a list of people looking for certain handguns, so they're sold before it even hits the gun case, which I can attest to this. I had been waiting for several guns to come out, and I've actually put a 50 BMG on this list, which is a terrible idea because it's a $13,000 gun. 13,000, not 1,300. 1,000. Yes, but it's a gorgeous gun, and who doesn't want a 50 BMG? I've also been waiting for a Kimber Rapid Black Ice. That one hadn't been out for a while. Marlin 1895 SBL 4570. That one I've been waiting on for about 7 months. A Taurus Raging Judge Magnum. That one hasn't been out for about 9 months. And I've been thinking about picking up a Kinect TP9, but that one's actually really easy to get a hold of right now.
All I'm going to...
It's another handgun. I've got 4. If I'm going to get another handgun, I kind of want another Kimber. I really like Kimber. But yeah, you can't get shit all for anything. And I was looking at ammo inventories on not Midway USA. Cheaper than dirt right now. You can get a box of Green Tip 5.56 for the exact same price as you can get normal 5.56 ammo, which is $45 a box for 20. You can get 5.56 for $2 a round right now. 308 if you can find it is $2 a round right now. 338 Lapua is up about $40. I used to be able to get it for about $85 a pop. Now it's about $123 to $135 a box. Cant 50 Beowulf is up about $10 on some of them. Their penetrators are up about $40 a box right now. Oh, you used to be able to get the penetrators for about $40-50. Now they're $80. So if you can find it, it's super expensive. So I can kind of understand why these guys are camping out right now.
Mm-hmm. You know, once I get done with my projects, I got a friend I served with, and I'm gonna help him write a book. All I'm gonna say is we're gonna do a book that Cameron, you would be absolutely proud of. And once I get my projects done, I'm gonna upgrade. I have a desperate need to upgrade toys. You know what I'm saying? So I look forward to. I honestly look forward to getting out. Right now I'm stuck in North Carolina, but depending on how things change, I could end up in Missouri or at the very least back in Wisconsin, where I could come to Missouri from time to time and participate in the Second Amendment ranch thing, because he said just because you're in the military doesn't mean you automatically have owned the rights to being a firearms expert. It's something you have to keep up with. And when I help him with the project, it's going to get me caught up. And my role in that will be No, you need to explain this to these people. You need to break it down even more Barney style. That's not retarded enough. They're too stupid to understand something that complex. So yeah, that'll be one of those projects I'm going to be really proud of because
And if you've watched the Second Amendment Ranch, we talk about retarding it down for people like that. I would love to talk guns on this show, but I'm already getting hit enough on Second Amendment Ranch, so that's a bad idea to do it on 2 shows because I like having my numbers up. I have somewhere between X and X amount of firearms that got lost in a boating accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I am very confident, proficient with mine. I need to go shooting more, but I can't get fucking ammo.
Hey, Athen, at some point is it just going to become a rule where we're all going to have pets? All the hosts are just going to have pets climbing all the hell over them? Is that
Perhaps? I don't know.
Mine
Hasn't peaked around recently, so
mine died, so I gotta And my Wounded Warrior Project guy, who's pissing me off right now, but I still love him. He's like, "You need to get a service dog." And I'm like, "Jackass, have you heard?"
You know how hard it is to get a service dog?
No, he keeps hounding me about it. I'm like, dude, have you heard of this thing called money?
Yeah, well, some of them they do it for free, but unless you have PTSD confirmed or a sexual traumatic injury from the military, you ain't gonna get one.
Mm-hmm.
The demand, and I had a group of people reach out to me and like, hey, we want to try and help you out with a service dog or at least get your dog trained up. Talked to them for about 2 days and then they ghosted me, so I was not happy about that.
Do you think Gunny could actually be trained to be a service dog?
God, no.
No.
I think he can get a little better training, but he is full-blown retard. Like Robert Downey Jr., never go full-blown retard.
Well, boxers usually are until they hit about 2 years old. Then something happens and they hit a smart switch, and that's when they can get trained really well. Boxers and labs are pretty much the same in that sense since they're working dogs like that. They're really great dogs when they're older, but as puppies, they're the dumbest, freaking biggest pains in the ass you've ever met.
He's coming up on 2 years old.
Yeah.
My sister had a dog that was a combination black lab chow.
What dog had funding for woe is most need right now? I couldn't really answer that. I'm trying to get the Second Amendment Ranch going, but I'm not going to try and talk about my other show on this show.
Mm-hmm.
That one I haven't gotten any donations for yet. If you want to donate for it's $1,700 somewhere, I can provide you my PayPal later because we always trying to get new lighting, new cameras, better equipment, better sound, something to try and improve the quality for the y'all to enjoy.
I'm doing this on my phone, so I got no choice but to upgrade. My laptop is 11 freaking years old, so and I left my dumb ass left that at home. But yeah,
I would really. Oh, go ahead.
If I needed an excuse to upgrade, I have it now. It's foolproof. So yeah, I've got some upgrades to do myself. So
I would say on your computer, if you're going to upgrade, go with a PC over a laptop because for one, they're cheaper. For two, their longevity is greater. You can like build a PC and then in 3-4 years when it starts to get outdated and kind of fall down, you can upgrade a couple of components. So yeah.
Well, we have 20 minutes left, so I'm going to try and get through these. I've got 3 articles left, guys.
Okay.
All right. Our next, yes, it's another Florida man story. This could happen anywhere. Luxurious Florida home has been used as a brothel. Woman known as Madam D is now facing charges, and I got to show you this woman's mugshot. This is, yeah.
I mean, well,
yeah.
Well, that's what paper bags are for, bro.
But Madam D, a luxurious home in a gated country club, complete with a sparkling pool nestled between $1 million properties that backed up to a golf course. But according to Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, the glamorous home in Deerwood County Club was being used as a brothel. It speaks to the point this could happen anywhere. Mike Bruno, director of, and this, yes, it can happen anywhere, but rich people typically do it because they think they can get away with it better. Rich people commit more crimes, but they have money. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
But Mike Bruno, director of investigations at the JSO, told News 6 partner, no neighborhood is immune from it. No one is immune from it. Police had been getting tips from concerned neighbors, as did News4Jack's research of the address shows Anna Domino, 50 years old, was living there and renting the well-kept property. Social media account listed her name as Madam D. Her group was listed as the Prostate Queens.
Prostate.
Yes, Prostate Queens.
Well, there's a visual I didn't need.
Yep. Concur.
But
I've
she
gotta
doesn't
give her
kinda think she's dog ugly, but she makes up for it in depravity and enthusiasm. So
Yeah, by massaging your prostate.
Yep.
I'm not kidding. That
Wasn't there something like that in Euro Trip? No, it wasn't Euro Trip, was it? Yeah, it was. They go to the
Trip.
Huh?
I thought it was Road Trip.
Maybe it was Road Trip.
Well, I'm going to continue on. The Prostate Queens. There were numerous online accounts with sexually explicit videos, some that appeared to include the high-end home on Hunters Grove Road, which she referred to as online as the Fungin. The home showed up on the real estate site with rent listing as $4,000 a month. Detectives arrested Domino and another woman on Tuesday. Domino is charged with maintaining a home for prostitution, solicitation for prostitution, and running an illegal adult business. The other woman, 41 years old, was also arrested on charge of soliciting prostitution. News4Jax is not naming her because investigators said it was unclear whether she was the victim of human trafficking. Obviously, our first goal was to get into the home, to figure out what was going on, make the first round of arrests, and to stop this type of activity and protect the girls. Bruno noted there were approximately 6 women living in the home. He said there are concerns about an operation like this that it could be linked to human trafficking. They're at the end of the rope, and it's just sad. He said, we've looked into the human trafficking element. It just doesn't sit well with me because these women may not know that they are a victim of that because obviously somebody is making money off of what they're doing. Last week, Bruno was part of a joint to push for Human Trafficking Awareness Month between the Sheriff's Office, FBI, and State Attorney's Office. He said in 27 years of law enforcement, he's never seen anything like this. As News4Jax visited the house Thursday, people were seen going in and out of the home. One man said he had been hired to help with moving furniture. Also, News4Jax also spotted a man hunched on a tree branch in the front yard about 15 feet off the ground. Guests have been invited to go through security and show ID to get into the deer wood. A request for comment from the manager of the Homeowners Association Thursday afternoon was not immediately returned. Records request shows JSO security police officers received 9 calls for service at the home over the past 2 years. These include a drug investigation with a felony arrest, a dispute, and a warrant. The JSO Vice Unit continues to investigate the case and noted that more arrests are possible. Domino is held on a $25,000 bond. Her arrest history shows previous charges in Tampa, Tennessee, and Georgia for domestic battery, assault, drugs, theft, and resisting police.
Hey, let's take a few seconds and rewind back to the part about they found the dude hunched in a tree about 15 feet off the ground.
He's definitely got a peeping Tom fetish. He definitely has a peeping Tom fetish.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say about that one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what that is, Athen.
Yeah, I know.
The fact that you wanted an explanation is kind of disappointing.
No, I was just like, like we found a dude. I mean, that's proven that there's something going on in there. Like, dude's like 4 chicks live here. He's like up in a tree with binoculars, like
Yes, touch her, show me her.
milking his own prostate.
No. All right, now we get into the fun Florida.
Great.
I'm not gonna say I blame this dude, but I understand. I definitely understand. Charges brewing for South Florida man accused in several beer thefts. Hey man, this coronavirus is bullshit. You got to get if you need beer, you got to get your beer. A South Florida man is accused of an illegal kind of beer run. Damian St. Auburn Fuller, 43, was arrested for at least 7 thefts of beer at stores in North Lauderdale, according to the Broward County Sheriff's Office. Fuller is facing 11 charges, including petty theft and cocaine possession. According to Broward County online booking records, bail has been set at $675. Fuller was walking toward a 2013 black Nissan Altima in the parking lot carrying cases of beer. The newspaper reported the car matched the description of a vehicle seen at the sites of the several other beer thefts in Broward County. While questioning Fuller, deputies learned the cases of beer had been stolen. According to the Sun Sentinel, after being taken into custody, Fuller purportedly admitted to stealing the beers from 7 stores since October. I'm not going to say I blame him, but I understand.
I mean, when I worked 7-Eleven, freaking had people come in all the time stealing beer. Like, caught them several people several times, but it's like there are a few times where standing there, doing my shift, helping customers, and I see someone walk in and go back to the beer, and I kind of watch them, and then all of a sudden I just see him sprinting out the door holding a case of beer. It's like, dude.
Yeah. And yes, April, I agree. COVID's going away by the fall. Let's not forget that several liberal states are already opening their restaurants back up at 25% capacity. This was not about a pandemic. This is one of the biggest bullshit scams to take the presidency in history. And the people that should have done something were already in the pockets of the Democrats. Mm-hmm. Every judge, and I'm not going to get into this shit show. I can't. I don't have time. Now it's time for our Florida Man of the Week. And this is a recent story, too.
Florida.
A Florida man who was naked stole and crashed a police car. Yes, sir. A naked Florida man stole what news footage showed to be a marked police vehicle and crashed into a wooded area. Joshua Shinek was 22 years old, was arrested Thursday after Thursday's crash on charges including theft of a motor vehicle, aggravated battery on law enforcement officer, depriving an officer of means of communication or protection, and resisting an officer without violence, according to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office report. Officers responded to reports of a naked man running alongside Interstate 10 in western Jacksonville shortly before noon Thursday. Shinek was lying in the roadway when an officer stopped on the opposite side of the route. The reporter said. Shinek then ran across the highway lane toward the officer, officials say. The redacted report didn't say how Shinek, he's fallen. How Shinek stole the vehicle. Authorities confirmed only that a vehicle belonging to the city of Jacksonville was stolen. First Coast News reported footage at the scene showed the crashed vehicle to be a marked patrol car. According to the police report, about $10,000 worth of damage was done to this vehicle. Officers noted Shinek had road rash after the crash, and he was taken to the hospital to be checked out. Road rash on a naked man.
Now I got the urge to play Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Just don't get road rash on the important bits.
Oh no. I always wear clothes before I go carjacking in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. That's just my rule.
That would suck.
That and I play Skyrim and I just run around sniping people. That's just my thing. So we love you, Gunny. We love you.
Yeah, I would never want road rash either on my ass or my
junk.
Yeah. That you're telling me I can't sit for a month, and you're telling me I can't choke the chicken for 2 months.
Oh, hell. Oh, that's a fate worse than death, dude. It really is.
Oh, how did you get sunburned? Why? Were you doing that trend where you lay out and you try and tan your butthole because it gives you better energies that way? Oh. We covered that on this show too.
Oh, wow.
Laying down, face down, ass up, ass cheek spread to the sun. Getting that recharge going, brother.
No, I saw one on Facebook where he was just on his back and he had his feet held up and he was just laying there, yeah.
That's where I want to get like a crossbow. I've got my bow. I could just get like dildo tips, screw them on, and launch dildos into people from a distance. But I'm gonna go suntan my butthole. Yeah.
A, video footage or it never happened. B, video footage or it never happened. C, yeah, that's all I got.
Because that would be hilarious. I'm gonna go suntan my butthole. Long distance dildos. Or even better, they've got the cola cannon, the AR cola cannon. You know, you get blank rounds, you put this attachment on your AR lower, and you shoot a soda can.
Mm-hmm.
Get that, find dildos that fit just fine into that thing. Game over.
I'm fairly certain I actually saw a video of that. Someone shooting dildos out of one of those
beer can things.
Yeah.
I've seen those. Yeah, I showed that to I showed one of those to my ex, and I said, "Don't even think about it." And, yeah,
I'd do it. I would do it. Do it in a heartbeat. Break into the wrong home, get slapped in the face with latex going 300 miles an hour. The hell was that? Is that a dick? Wrong house.
Fun.
Yep. Well, we hope you enjoyed us here at 1700.
We need to do our reads.
Yeah, go ahead.
So let me get that ready. I gotta find it. So the stuff that Pimp uploaded in the thing last night. Give me just a second.
Yeah. So I'm going to get our closing kind of started. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate you coming out on these Sunday afternoons to join us on it, 1700 somewhere. We really appreciate any support you can give us, anything, a reaction other than the thumbs up, please, a share, something like that. I do have my PayPal if you would like to donate to help better the show. Please let me know. I also have Cash App, and I think that's it. No, I'm not peddling for your money. No, I'm not telling you need to donate. I'm just saying if you want to help us out, you can. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Don't forget to join the rest of the shows here on Wool Entertainment. Tomorrow you can join me once again, hopefully. Mr. Carl said he has a snowstorm brewing. Meanwhile, down here in Texas, it's 75 degrees today. Yeah.
Okay, I can't find the read. So, but I'll keep looking for it while I kind of run it down. So go ahead and like Cameron said, like all the other shows on WO Entertainment, we've got Hot Boxing with Matt coming on. Want to say that's Thursdays, and then we've got. I should have gotten this one going. Here, hold on. I can do this. I promise. This is going to be easy. But and then also we got the Last Comic Standing with Redneck Pimp. They're looking for comedians and judges for that. So go ahead, check that out. It's a winner takes half the pot type of thing. And we've also
$50 entry fee. There is a trophy.
Yes, and we've got Warrior Fest coming up in later this year around Veterans Day. So that's when we say you get entries, you're winning entries. That's for the mystery box that is given out at that. Plus, also we're gonna have bands and stuff like that there, comedians and all that. So make sure you look forward to that. And then let's get into what the shows are. We have Monday evenings at 1900 CST, Second Minute Ranch with Cameron and Carl. Tuesdays at 1700 Central Time. WO Radio Show with Redneck Pimp and Goose. Wednesdays at 1900 Central. We are going to be having Blue Phoenix Gaming with Jennifer, and that's starting on February 10th. Thursdays, and Mickey can tell us what the time this is. The Harambe keeper there. Harambe keeper with Mickey.
Hey,
So
wait. Should I try to get a hold of Elon Musk and see if he'll let me do the Harambe song for my intro?
You can try. It doesn't hurt. That's how we got a band to actually support us. By the way, if you like our opening intro song,
I want that intro for now. That's like an angry lifting song. I love that song.
Yeah.
You've got your own show. Use another song.
Well,
Everybody, we've got a whole
I
band.
need something until I can get a hold of Elon Musk. Get off my ass.
You've got a whole band you can use their music for. But let me finish. If you like the band, if you like the music we utilize, you can find them on YouTube. I think they do have an iTunes. Go look up State of Mind. The one we have we're using right now is Can't Stop Me. So you can go and check them out. Tell them we sent you.
Yep. They got some awesome music, y'all. And then also on Fridays, I don't know what time, we got happy hour with William. Saturdays at 1900 Central, we've got hot boxing with Matt. Sundays at 1700 Central, you're right here with us right now. It's 1700 Summer with me, Cameron, Chey, and Niko. Sometimes Mickey. You know, we let anyone come in. Yeah. So we let anyone come in and kind of do the fun if they want to. Then, what's up? Oh, I was going to do one last on this. Then coming up starting tonight for the first time at 2300 Central is going to be the Ale Train Fighters with myself, Don, and maybe Niko. I don't know. We'll see on that. But yeah, looking forward to seeing y'all then.
Two things. A, it's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And on this second episode, I'm going to be interviewing the doctor who injected $1,800 worth of T cells into my pecker. Yeah.
I was hoping you were going to say the dude we covered last week that injected mushrooms into his blood and they started growing.
That's wild.
Did we not cover that one?
No, not yet. We missed that one.
Save that one for next week.
I don't know if I still have the article. But I mean, it was real quick. This dude thought it would be a brilliant idea to inject magic mushrooms for the psilocybin effects to be basically constantly high, but it also has different benefits, like you can microdose and actually it's shown to help with depression. But yeah, he injected mushrooms straight into his blood and they started growing.
Yeah, the spores, and it's in a dark,
wet, damp environment with nutrients for it to grow.
Ooh, that's a bad idea. You know, bad ideas. We'll just go here.
Drugs bad. Well, I can also see that one being our Darwin Award.
Right? Yeah. There we go.
By the way, if you want to make us a Darwin Award, I will pay for it. I'd also like a bigger coffee mug because this is my biggest coffee mug. It holds a whole pot of coffee. I can only get 3 fingers through halfway. I need a bigger coffee mug. But that's for our shop workers out there. But yeah, other than that, as I was saying, thank you again for coming out on these lovely Sunday afternoons. We really appreciate any support you can provide for us. Anything helps, like, shares, comments, donations, whatever.
Oh, hey.
You can submit stories to our Discord or to us directly. So if you have an article you want to have us covered, and you will have to annoy me about it because I will forget about it if I don't save it. So don't be afraid to just blow up my stuff until I say, yeah, I got it. I got your story. Go ahead, Mickey.
Last thing for me, but on my next episode, I'm gonna have to. The doctor might be in a little bit later in the show, so I'm gonna have to stall and come up with some material. But the name Mickey, it's in the book, but I'll also explain the story of Mickey, and it involved. Okay, basically the 70s were like the Keith Richards era of drugs, to where they were like they would send you to the damn moon. So I'll explain that story, and well, it's really my fault, but I'll explain later. But yeah, that story will finally be told and clarified, and it'll be like, okay, that makes sense. So
okay, well, we are at time, so I do actually have to finish up. We good? We good? Nothing else? Good?
Good.
All right. We look forward to seeing you next week here again on It's 1700 Somewhere. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at 1900 for Second Amendment Ranch. Hopefully, because again, Mr. Carl might have a snowstorm. Other than that, I got nothing else. So we look forward to seeing you. As always, I'm Cameron.
I'm Athen.
I'm Mickey.
And it's 1700 somewhere.